is the cash cow. She is box office. When she plays, the ratings go up, revenue goes up, interest goes up. When she doesn't play, it plummets. 36% drop in the ratings for All-Star Weekend for the WNBA a few weeks ago. Last year, she didn't miss a game. This year, she missed 17 games. This is a person that everything she touches with women's basketball turns to gold. They didn't have chartered jets until she arrived. She arrived, they had chartered jets 2 minutes late.
Fans of the Indiana Fever are tired of being courteous. They have had enough patience. Additionally, one demand is currently becoming more and more prevalent on all social networking platforms. Get Larry Bird in and Stephanie White out.
We have to consider the possibility that the Indiana Fever are in on the plot to destroy Caitlin Clark. Stephanie White is an idiot.
Now, before you criticize me for being overly dramatic, keep in mind that the argument these people are making is not new. This team is causing a great deal of frustration. The way that Caitlin Clark, perhaps the most significant player in women's basketball at the moment, is handled, utilized, and, to be honest, recognized within this program raises serious concerns. You may find that you agree with each and every one of them once you have laid everything out. Now, let's get started. What precisely is happening? What's causing the frenzy among Fever fans? Above all, is Larry Bird a real possibility?
Indiana Fever fans, so let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100 like a Ben Frank. You hear me? So let me ask y'all again. Is Stephanie White a good coach? A great coach? I'm waiting. No, she not. Not even close. If anything, she puts a star in the offense. She's sucking the life out of the team, out of the franchise. And Kelly crossed off, whatever her name is, Lyndon, you hear me? They all.
You are well aware of the temperature if you have recently been anywhere near Fever content on the internet. Fans are enthusiastic. This time, a pattern serves as the trigger. Fans feel that this pattern has existed since Stephanie White took over as coach. It's a straightforward belief. Caitlin Clark is not the focal point of Stephanie White's team. And the fan following believes that's the one thing she must do.
She's the sole reason, period. I'm tired of people saying, oh, it just happened. It was just a coincidence. Oh, it was already trending up. Let's just even look at this chart behind us. These are all the years in the past, 12, 13 years? And that's 500K. These numbers, for the most part, weren't even close to 500K. When Caitlin comes, look at what happens. Don't tell me Caitlin ain't the reason. Caitlin is the reason why they just got that money they just got. Caitlin is the reason why they staying in amazing hotels. Caitlin is the reason why they getting all the stuff that they got. All the charting the flights. Literally, Caitlin.
You must keep in mind what the Indiana Fever are in order to see why this is so important at this time. This is not a team that has won titles for decades. There isn't a lot of talent on this team at every position. Caitlin Clark is the foundation of this team's whole present and future. The venues are full because of her. The TV ratings appear the way they do because of her. She is the reason the Fever are even being discussed as a possible contender. Fans are aware of this. The league is aware of this. And they want to know if Stephanie White is aware of that.
One priority was to land Kelsey in free agency again. Just how important was she to your team this year? How important has she been to the Fever? Obviously, the 8 years she's been with the franchise, and how badly do you want to keep her around?
I mean, yeah, she was the number one priority a year ago, and she's the number one priority this year. She's been so important. And, I said this last year, Kelsey deserves to go through this stage of her Indiana Fever career. She's been through sort of the worst of the worst, for lack of a better term, in and out of the building, growing pains with getting the organization back. You don't get back-to-back number one picks unless you've been at the bottom for a while, right? And she showed up like a pro every day, and she just continues to work and continues to grow, and she carried the franchise, and she carries the teams in different ways.
This is where the frustration truly got out of control. Kelsey Mitchell is a key component of Stephanie White's intentions for this Indiana Fever team, as she has stated. To be clear, no one is claiming that Kelsey Mitchell is a poor player. She is a real scorer. She is deserving of her position. However, the moment you begin constructing the offense around Kelsey Mitchell's requirements rather than the player who recently recovered from injury, won an overseas MVP award, and is the co-favorite to win the WNBA MVP award in 2026, the room is no longer yours.
Major decisions ahead of the Indiana Fever front office, Amber Cox, Kelly Krauskopf, and head coach Stephanie White. And the truth be told, we don't trust any of them based on the blunders that they made last offseason. And it appears the Indiana Fever might make the crucial mistake, and maybe it's not even a mistake on their end. Stephanie White has already come out and said how Kelsey Mitchell is the #1 priority and how she wants to build this team around Kelsey Mitchell. And if they are committing to giving her a multi-year max contract, they've officially chose Kelsey Mitchell over Caitlin.
Fans are unable to overcome this. Even before the 2026 season has begun, choices are already being made that seem to indicate Clark will need to fit within a system rather than be its driving force. Fans followed the outcomes of the FIBA tournament in Puerto Rico, where Clark was the main ball handler, ran the offense, and had complete freedom. She was in charge. She was amazing, and the oddsmakers instantly declared her a co-favorite for WNBA MVP when she returned. When Clark is fully trusted and given space to breathe, she looks like that. Fans are therefore more than simply irritated when Stephanie White announces that Kelsey Mitchell is a top priority at the same time that Clark is returning from an 8-month recuperation. They genuinely want to know if this coach is aware of what she truly possesses.
Whatever in this league, that there's still so much in her. And you know, I tell her every day, like, I love being her coach and I want to.
Okay, I don't see it as building a team around Kelsey Mitchell, but I just don't like her words because it does sound like, oh, we gotta give her the chance to lead the team and stuff like that, and like it's a rite of passage, like it's a born right or something for her. Lady, the reason why you came to the Fever wasn't because of Kelsey Mitchell, ding dong. The main reason why you came to the Fever is because of Caitlin Clark. Let's keep it a buck. That's the same thing with Kelly Krauskopf and all these goons like Amber Heard and all them jokers all came for Caitlin Clark. If Caitlin Clark was not there, would she flock to the Indiana Fever after the Connecticut Sun run? No, she wouldn't. So stop this nonsense about priority this, priority that. Okay? Just get.
You must travel back to 2026 in order to comprehend the source of this rage. Last season, Caitlin Clark participated in 13 games. She averaged 16, 5 points, 8 assists, and 0 rebounds in those 13 games. The Fever was a different team when she was playing. The building has a distinct vitality. There was a pulse to the offense. After that, she fell. She struggled with a left groin strain, a right groin strain, and a left quad strain. A bone bruise on her left ankle, which she said was among the worst sprains she had ever experienced. Eventually, she was powerless to stop the Fever's amazing run to Game 5 of the WNBA semifinals as she watched from the sidelines. While she was encouraging her teammates, she must have been furious that she wasn't playing. Nowadays, sports injuries occur. Stephanie White is not being held personally responsible for the injuries, but this is where things become complicated and people start paying close attention.
With Caitlin, but, you know, I think first and foremost, you know, as she builds up her endurance, her on-the-court activity, you know, making sure that she's healthy, and then continuing to move forward in terms of mechanics, number one, you know, and number two, basketball. You know, she's got to, at some point in this off season, play 5-on-5. It's going to have been a long time since she has, and so how we get that together, we'll have to see. We'll continue to have those conversations, but you know, once she's feeling good from a movement standpoint, from a soreness standpoint, you know, and then building back that endurance on the floor without losing some of those, you know, mechanical tweaks and mechanical improvements, then we'll start building back up.
Throughout the 2026 season, White was frequently questioned regarding Clark's health management. Her responses were consistently professional and measured. One step at a time is what she advocated. She discussed safeguarding Clark's long-term well-being. She discussed not hurrying things. And once more, those are the correct responses when taken separately. A player should not be hurried back. That is the fundamentals of coaching. Fans, however, observed something different. They observed a scenario in which Clark appeared to be handled with a great deal of caution that occasionally felt like hesitancy, even while she was available and making her way back. And they wondered if the strategy would be the same if this were the star player of any other team. You begin to wonder what could have happened if the star had been better protected from the beginning, managed more wisely throughout the season, and built around more purposefully from day one when you only play 13 games in a season and the team around you advances to the semifinals.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Now's not the time. Now's not the time for random side quests and adventures and side gigs, okay? We need everybody all in, 100% focused on the task at hand. We need everybody paying attention to details, being detail-oriented, and getting it right. Stephanie White, we don't have time for these random side quests that you are now doing right before the season is about to start. It's already a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of catch-up to be done to build this team up around Caitlin Clark, to make the right decisions in this offseason, one starting with the critical Kelsey Mitchell decision, draft decisions, and you are running around doing side quests.
While casual fans may have overlooked it, the ardent followers of Fever did not. Stephanie White decided at different times during the 2026 season to try Clark at small forward. Caitlin Clark was playing a role that minimized her ability to manage an offense, read the floor, and serve as the primary ball handler, skills that are the foundation of her entire game. Additionally, the statistics confirm what supporters were witnessing firsthand. From a small forward position, you cannot average 8 assists each game. From a position where the ball hardly ever reaches your hands, you are unable to change games with your playmaking. When Clark is the main decision maker, the offense revolves around her, and she is the motor. Her value is at its highest. That isn't a preference. Every time Clark has been given that role in college, in international competition, or in the few WNBA games where she had complete freedom, that is exactly what the evidence demonstrates. The outcomes are consistently the same. Fever fans want to see Caitlin Clark at her